Hi guys, today's lesson is going to be on equivalent ratios. So this is just a reminder that a ratio is a comparison of two different quantities. So the ratio that we're going to look at today is 16 to 48. And each part of a ratio is called a term. So in order to find equivalent ratios, we can either multiply or divide each term by the same number. And I'm going to model this by using a ratio table. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my ratio 16 to 48 in my ratio table. Okay, and I wrote it in red to show you that this is going to be our original ratio. We're going to continuously come back to this ratio. Okay, so you can choose any number that you would like to multiply both terms by. I'm going to start off with 2. So I'm going to multiply 16 times 2, and that's going to give me 32. When finding equivalent ratios, whatever you do to one term, you must do to the other term as well. So we're going to take 48 times 2, and that's going to give us 96. So 32 to 96 is equivalent to 16 to 48. I can write another ratio by starting with our original ratio of 16 to 48 and by multiplying both terms by the same number. So I'm going to start off with 16 and I'm going to multiply 16 times 3 to get 48. And then I'm going to multiply 48 times 3 to get 96. So 48 to 96 is equivalent to 16 to 48. I can choose any number that I want. I just have to multiply both terms by the same number in order to get an equivalent ratio. So I'm going to choose 5 now. So I'm going to do 16 times 5, which is 80, and 48 times 5, which is 240. So again, the ratio 80 to 240 is equivalent to 16 to 48. So multiplying both terms by the same number is one way that you can find equivalent ratios. The other way is that you can divide both terms by the same number. So I'm going to extend my ratio table. And again, the original ratio that I'm working with is 16 to 48. I'm going to divide both terms by the same number in order to get an equivalent ratio. So I'm going to take 16 and 48. I notice that they're both even, which means that they're both evenly divisible by 2. So I'm going to divide 16 by 2, and that's going to equal 8. Again, whatever I do to one term, I need to do to the other term as well. I'm going to do 48 divided by 2, and that equals 24. So another ratio that's equivalent to 16 to 48 is 8 to 24. Okay, going back to my original ratio of 16 to 48, I can divide both terms by 4. So 16 divided by 4 equals 4, and 48 divided by 4 equals 12. So 4 to 12 is equivalent to 16 to 48. So basically, you can take your original ratio and you can multiply or divide both terms by the same number to get an equivalent ratio. I hope this helps. Bye, guys.